Imagine, on a dark night, a ship gliding silently across the waters of the Bay of Bengal. There is no moonlight in the sky, only the sound of waves and the moaning of the wind. Suddenly, a black flag flares up on the horizon. The hearts of the ship's sailors tremble, for they know what this flag means. Within moments, that ship's fate is written in ink of blood and gold. This was the era when the sea was a lawless kingdom, ruled by pirates, a power that no border, no law could ever contain. In the early 18th century, as British East India Company trading ships set sail for Europe, loaded with gold, spices, and silk, the scent of that wealth awakened another power of the sea, the pirates. Their dominion stretched from the Caribbean to the Indian Ocean, from the coasts of Madagascar to the depths of the Bay of Bengal. This danger lurked along every trade route. They owed loyalty to no king, no respect to any nation's flag. Their only law was this: whoever is stronger wins. The pirates' ships were small and fast, but terrifyingly effective. Against great naval fleets, these small ships were their true strength, for they could change direction swiftly, navigate shallow waters, and vanish in an instant when needed. They hid on small islands near the coastline, veiled in fog, waiting for prey. Day after day, they kept watch over the sea routes, waiting patiently for the right moment. When a merchant ship came into view, they would first follow silently, gauging the enemy's strength from a distance, then strike suddenly with lightning speed. The sea air would fill with cannon fire, the clash of swords, and the terrified screams of sailors. In an instant, the calm sea would turn into a battlefield. The British Navy launched campaigns many times to suppress these pirates. Great warships were sent out, forts were built along the coasts, and troops were stationed in coastal towns. Captured pirates were publicly hanged so that others would fear the consequence and turn away from this path. Notices were posted at every port, bounties announced on the heads of pirate captains. Yet piracy could not be easily stopped, for the sea was vast and surveillance was limited. Destroy one band of pirates and another would be born on some other shore. It seemed as though this war would never end. Many among these pirates had once been ordinary sailors or soldiers left without work after wars. When wars ended, thousands of trained sailors were cast out onto the streets with no work in their hands and hunger in their bellies. Driven by lack of food and money, they chose this dangerous life. For them, seizing a ship meant not just plunder, but the only means of survival. Among themselves, they enforced strict rules. Loot would be shared equally, betrayal was punished by death, extra shares were given to the wounded, and captains were chosen by vote. A strange kind of democracy existed within this lawless society, where power was divided almost equally among all. Their way of life, too, was strangely harsh. Months at a time had to be spent at sea, surviving through the lack of clean water, disease, and extreme weather. Yet they chose this life because returning to land meant only poverty and disgrace. At sea, they were kings, but on land, they were criminals. But over time, the power of the British Empire kept growing. With modern cannons, advanced naval technology, and strict enforcement of law, the strength of the pirate bands crumbled one by one. New naval bases were built near important trade routes, and ships now began to travel in groups, no longer alone. Many pirate captains were captured and put on trial, some exiled to distant islands, others buried at sea. Slowly, that golden age came to an end, but their stories remained, living in the pages of history as legend. Even today, walking through the ruins of an old coastal fort, one can almost hear the echo of old cannon fire and the battle cries of pirates. Their memory still survives in old documents, in corners of museums, and in local folklore. The sea may have grown calm, but the history hidden within it still reminds us how ruthless the fight for power and greed can be, and how far people can go, even down the most dangerous path, simply to survive. This was the tale of those fearsome sea pirates of the British colonial era, who were once the true kings of the ocean, whose very name once made the world of trade tremble, and whose legend remains written in the pages of history to this day.